I know that it's a little bit late, but the Giants went ahead and added Russell Wilson to this quarterback room for 2025. Let's talk about this. Yo, what is going on, everybody? It is your man R0B back at it again with another New York Giants video. And in today's video, we're going to be breaking down the Giants signing quarterback Russell Wilson just about a week or so ago. I know it's a little bit late. I do apologize. We've had our kids sick here, and it's just been hectic. It's just crazy. But we're getting back into it. We're getting back into it. So we're gonna talk about Russell Wilson being signed by the New York Giants. Before we jump into that video, do me a quick favor. Go ahead, smash that like button. It does help the videos get noticed. Smash that subscribe button. Turn on those bell notifications so that you never miss another upload. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna dive right into it. So about a week or so ago, the New York Giants went ahead and signed quarterback Russell Wilson to a deal for this upcoming season, presumably to be the starter of the New York Giants going into 2025. Now, this is also coming right after they went ahead and they signed Jameis Winston, which I believe I did a video on or a short on them signing Jameis Winston. And I know a lot of people are kind of head scratching or whatnot, and I don't think it's as big of a deal as people think that it is. And I'll kind of explain why in this video. But let's talk about who Russell Wilson is, right? So Russell Wilson, he was drafted by the Seattle Seahawks in the third round back in 2012 out of Wisconsin. Okay. So he was a third round pick for the Seattle Seahawks. Went ahead and spent a good amount of time there. So he was with the Seahawks for about 8 years, from 2012 to 2021. So 9 years. 2 Super Bowl appearances, 1 Super Bowl victory. We all know that presumptuous Super Bowl back in 2013 that they went ahead and completed, and that was a great year for them. But last couple of years has been kind of a whirlwind for him. He got traded to Denver for a huge haul, and his year with Denver did not go as planned. Played in 15 games his first year in Denver, 3,524 yards. He went ahead and had 16 touchdown passes to 11 interceptions, which is pretty low for him, right? Even his rookie year came in, he threw 26 touchdown passes. But when you look at his numbers, like this is starting since 2012, right? He was 26-10. This is touchdown and interceptions, 26-10, 26-9, 20-7, 34-8, 21-11, 34-11, 35-7, 31-5. 40-13, 25-6. He was pretty much averaging about 20 touchdowns or more almost every season. And I think the most interceptions that he had was 11. 13. But he had that year that he had 13, he threw, 40 touchdown passes. He also threw 558 passing attempts, which was the most that he threw in his career that year, right? So he kind of, I guess, the following year with Denver bounced back a little bit to maybe not as far as from a yardage perspective. Passing yardage not of the norm for him. But it was kind of similar maybe to his rookie year. 33,070 yards passing, 26 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions. He was then released by Denver that year, only playing in 15 games as well. And that's a big thing, is I believe he was pretty much fully healthy the last couple of years, that he played. And then last year he went to Pittsburgh. Signed with Pittsburgh. The Giants looked in on him. I believe they met him at the airport, discussed things with him. He only played in 11 games last year, having 2,482 yards passing, 5 interceptions to 16 touchdown passes. had a completion percentage of 63.7 and a QBR of 95.6. Now, I ran the numbers, and with the pace that he was on, he would have had over 20 touchdowns. He would have had about 37 to 3,800 yards passing, and he would have had probably a couple more interceptions. So he would have actually had close to a year of like what Aaron Rodgers had for the New York Jets last year. So those aren't bad numbers, especially at his age for 36. Not bad numbers. He had a 6-5 QB record when he took over for those 11 games. I think overall, when it comes down to him coming here and what it looks like for the contract, he's got a base salary of $2 million. He's got a signing bonus of $8 million. Signing of $8 million. He's got a workout bonus for $500,000. He has $530 or $529,412 in likely incentives. His cap hit this year is just a little bit over $11 million. His cap percentage is 3.9. Not very big at all. His dead cap hit is $10.5 million. So the thing about this is that his cap hit's 11. If they were to, just for argument's sake, right, make him trade him, right, as a pre-June 1st trade, I don't necessarily know if this is all if this is true, right? So don't quote me on this, but I'm looking at like pre-June 1 trade. I don't necessarily know if this is after the season or whatnot for this year. But if they were to trade him, it's saying that they would save $3 million bucks. Now, I'm presuming that this means if they trade him before June 1st this year, unless it's talking about next year. I don't know. So this is saying 2025 release. So I'm assuming that it means this year. So pay no mind to that. I just saw that here. So pay no mind to that. But at the end of the day, like dead cap hit, if they would eat, it would pretty much be about the same as far as what they're paying him if they decided that they wanted to trade him. The key is the incentives here, right? So looks like it's fully guaranteed. He has regular season incentives, right? So he's got a regular season win incentive if the team wins 50%. If a team win with 50% of the snaps, he gets 176,471. I believe that might be like per game. Playing time incentives, if he gets 65% of the playing time, he gets 500,000. 75% of playing time, it's 1 million, and then 85% playing time, he gets $1.5 million. But he has performance incentives as well. If he has a 96 plus passer rating, he gets $500K. 64% completion or higher, he gets $500K. 20 touchdown passes with an 88 passer rating or higher, or plus an 88% passer rating, gets $500K. 30 touchdown passes plus an 88% passer rating, he gets $250K. 2,500 passing yards plus an 88 passer rating, $500K. 3,500 passing yards with an 88 passer rating plus $250,000. And then he has some playoff incentives as well. 55% of the snaps plus a playoff berth, he gets $750,000. 75% of the snaps plus a playoff berth, he gets $1.5 million. 55% of the snaps plus playoff wins, plus a playoff win, max 2 wins, he gets $500K. So he can get up to $1 million there. If he wins 2 playoff games, he can get up to $1 million. So look, it's not a bad contract by Joe Schoen, going ahead and bringing in Russell Wilson. And I know at the moment, look, you got to operate in a sense to where you don't know what is going to be happening in front of you. I think at this particular point, we all have a good feeling that Cam Ward is going to go 1 to the Tennessee Titans, but the Browns are a wild card. What if the Browns take him? What if the Browns trade out, but a team that they trade out with trades up to take Shedeur Sanders, right? You don't know. And so you have to prepare yourself for a quarterback that you potentially want not being on the board, right? And at that point, if Shedeur Sanders were to go to the Browns or to another team, You have a quarterback that can win you games, right? A veteran quarterback that can compete, win you games, and you can take the best player available at 3, whether that's Travis Hunter or Abdul Carter. I'm going to have a video coming out about Travis Hunter, about Abdul Carter, giving my opinion on the two players and how I feel each one of them could potentially impact the Giants and which one that I would go with. Um, and then I'm also going to have a video on what I think the Giants should do at number 3. So I've got some videos that are going to be coming out here. Um, and I've already got everything pre-made, and I'm just gonna have them coming out. But I don't think that the Russell Wilson situation or the signing takes away from what's important, and that is signing and drafting your rookie future quarterback, right? I know right now there's a lot of people that are coming out here and going live, and it's either people on Twitter, there's some beat reporters, whether it's on ESPN or if it's on Fox or if it's on CBS or if it's the local beat writers, right? Or if it's content creators or fans and stuff like that that are talking, that are saying, well, the Giants, they can bypass the quarterback now. They don't have to take the quarterback. They can go BPA. And that is theoretically, in a nutshell, that's true. But people are saying forcing a quarterback pick, and I don't necessarily look at that as forcing a quarterback pick. I think that could be viewed based on how I guess you view the quarterback itself. But I watched Shador Sanders this year. I've watched a good amount of games. The kid's got it, right? And I don't necessarily know, you know, how people would say that that's at least from my perspective and what I'm seeing, I don't see that as a reach, right? I see it as he's a first round talent. He's a top 10 quarterback. You're taking him at 3. You're taking a top 10 player at 3. And I think I think that when you're going into a draft and you have really good players, not every player in your draft is a quarterback. And yeah, there are going to be really good players that are in your draft that are the best players. But I think that quarterback specifically gets a little bit more of a bump as far as being a a BPA or a top player, um, or a top draft prospect because of the position that they play, warranted, right? Obviously, if they're a first round quarterback. So I don't think that this changes or should change the mindset of the New York Giants as far as what they're going to be doing at 3 if a quarterback is available to them. And look, with Russell Wilson coming in, it's a 1 year deal. It is a 1 year deal worth $11 million, right? With some incentives that can get him up to $21 million, but it's a 1 year deal. There is no commitment past this year. Could they offer him an extension if they're at the bye week, right? If they're at the bye week and they've got a winning record, I don't know, the bye week is week 10 and we're 8-1, right? And we're looking good. Yeah, they could very easily say, you know what, we like what we got going on here. We could go ahead and we're going to offer you an extension. We'll give you a 2 year extension, added on to the contract that you've got, which would keep Russell Wilson here for 3 years. They could very easily do that. But I'm not banking on that because Russell Wilson is 36 years old. Parts of his game are diminishing. He struggles usually in the middle of the field. He's got a really nice deep ball. He can process the field well. He's good in the pocket. He can get out of the pocket and make some plays. He can throw on the run. He's got good leadership. He's got some qualities that you possess, but he still struggles to use the middle of the field. Short routes, deep, like short intermediate routes, his deep ball, his leadership, his mobility, even though it's diminished a little bit, he can still be somewhat mobile, get out of the pocket. He's got good pocket awareness and pocket presence. He can maneuver in the pocket. Like I said, good leadership. But other than that, like I don't see any upside with him. And he's on a 1 year deal. And then you've got, Jameis Winston that's also on the roster that got a 2 year deal. And Jameis, there's no upside with Jameis. And Jameis is a great locker room guy. He's getting a lot of hate, but he's a great locker room guy. And I think that's also a good room to have, right? For him to be in the room. So, ultimately, I think the Russell Wilson signing was a great signing for the New York Giants. I think it gives them stability at that position. It gives them a guy that can come in and play and win some games early on during the season. And if they draft a quarterback, I don't think that he's making a crazy amount of money to where you can't bench him and put the rookie in and let the rookie see what he's got to offer for the years to come. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think of the signing of Russell Wilson. How do you think that impacts the Giants going into the 2025 draft? If you guys are new to the channel, please go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. It does help the video get noticed, helps with the algorithm, and smash that subscribe button. Turn on those bell notifications so that you never miss another upload. I'm R0B, signing off. Go Giants.